Alright guys, in my last couple of videos I've talked a lot about eyepieces, and now I think the time has come to review a telescope as well. And here I would like to start with my main telescope that I currently use. It's a 12-inch f5 Dobsonian telescope from Omegon. Over the years I've owned a few telescopes, and this one is by far my favorite one. So stay tuned to find out why. Hi, I'm Bogdan Damian, and if you're new to my channel, I like to talk about astronomy equipment. I like to review eyepieces, telescopes, and telescope accessories in order to give you a better overview and to help you with your purchase decision. So if you're looking for this type of information, then make sure to subscribe and also hit the bell icon. This way you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. Before I go into the details about this telescope, I would like to talk to you a bit about Omegon. Omegon is AstroShop's own brand, or house brand if you like. AstroShop being Europe's biggest retailer when it comes to astronomy equipment and astronomy related accessories. They don't manufacture their own products, so the telescopes, the eyepieces, the telescope accessories they are selling are often the same ones that other brands are using as well, like Optics or Orion or GSO. This is exactly the case with the telescope today. I believe it's produced in China by a company called Kunning Jinghua Optical Corporation and then rebranded as Omegon. The Omegon ProDob series includes telescopes with sizes starting at 8 inches and then moving all the way up to 16 inches. Here is a chart to highlight the differences between them. As you can see, all but the 16-inch version are solid tube constructions offering maximum rigidity at the cost of being on the heavier side when compared to a truss construction. All Dobsons in the ProDob series come with a high-quality friction system for smooth and adjustable movement on both axes. They also feature an 8mm fan for a faster cooling of the primary mirror. And now let's get to the good stuff. Let's check out the telescope. As you saw before, it's a 12-inch Dobson telescope with a focal length of 1500 millimeters. That puts the f ratio at 5 or 4.93 to be more exact, because the aperture is 304 millimeters. I would like to start with going over the optics first. As mentioned before, the primary mirror is 304 millimeters in diameter, and it's made out of BK7 high-quality optical glass. The coating on the glass enables excellent transmittance throughout the visible spectra. The resolving capacity is 0.38 arc seconds. This tells you how far 2 points of light need to be apart in order for your eye to be able to distinguish them as separate sources of light when looking through this telescope. Using the formula of 2 times the diameter of the primary mirror in order to obtain the maximum useful magnification, you get to 608. Using my 9mm delight from Teleview in combination with a 2x Pello lens, I managed to observe Mars at 500x magnification this winter. It was amazing. The view was sharp and contrast rich. Next, I would like to talk about build quality. The ProDob is sturdy and rigid and has an overall excellent build quality. This being a Dobsonian telescope, the mounting is alt-azimuth and consists of a base made out of presswood. It's painted black and it's fairly easy to assemble and offers a solid, stable mount for the telescope tube. One thing that bothered me, however, was the glue residue left behind on the mount from the manufacturing process. At first, I did not notice it, but in time it started to collect dust, which made it visible. It doesn't have an impact on the functionality of the telescope. It's purely cosmetic, but still it bothered me. Another aspect that I found poorly designed regarding the base is the cutouts where the telescope slides in. These aren't very practical. It can get very tricky to get a tube to slide in the cutouts, especially when you are supporting the whole weight and trying to align it just right. I feel that bigger handles on the tube and bigger cutouts on the mounting would make this telescope much easier to assemble. As you can see, this telescope is on small wheels, and this is an improvement I've made myself in order to move the telescope more easily. I'll make a separate video and I'll show you all the improvements I've made to this telescope. The fact that it's a solid tube construction helps a lot with holding collimation. I found out that it's not necessary to collimate the telescope every time I take it outside. It's enough if I collimate it once every 3 or 4 viewing sessions. Talking about collimation, both mirrors, the primary and the secondary, can be adjusted using 3 screws on each mirror. These thumb screws you can see on the secondary mirror did not come with the telescope. I've added them to ease the collimation process, and it's another improvement I've made to this telescope. Out of the box, it had 3 socket screws for which you will need an Allen wrench to adjust. I will also make a separate video about how to collimate a Dobson telescope and show you guys all the tools you need for this task. Alright, next are the features. Battery smooth and precise movement on both axes is possible due to a needle roller bearing for the base and a special adjustable friction system for the Y-axis where the telescope tube connects to the mount. This telescope comes with an Omegon 2-inch Crayford focuser with an 1¼ adapter and 1:10 reducer for fine focusing. It's a good focuser with a solid build, allowing for smooth adjustment. The maximum travel is 3 centimeters, which is enough for bringing any eyepiece into focus. If you want to use accessories, however, that increases the length of the light path, such a DSLR camera adapter or a bino viewer, then the focuser won't give you enough travel to compensate for the extra path length for the light. And in this case, you'll need a separate dedicated accessory. It's called a light path corrector lens and can be purchased separately. This telescope also came with a Telrad, or Omegon's version of the Telrad, called Omegon Radiant. I was a bit surprised to see the design of a Telrad with a different brand on it. However, upon researching, they obtained the rights to rebrand the Telrad design. It's a good substitute for a finder scope, one that requires more knowledge of the night sky to use. Lastly, I want to talk about the fan this telescope comes with. You see, the bigger the primary mirror, the longer it takes to reach ambient temperature once you get a telescope outside. Using a fan can help speed up this process. This is important because temperature differences between the mirror and the air inside the telescope tube will negatively impact your seeing. It's an 80mm fan that is integrated in the mirror support bracket and offers a built-in connector for a battery pack or power adapter to plug in. It is fairly silent and the vibrations aren't that bad either. However, I would recommend unplugging it when you are ready for observing. Even though this is a 12-inch solid tube Dobsonian, it's still manageable. The telescope tube weighs 21.9 kilograms and the mount 17 kilograms. The total height at zenith, including the base, is 161 centimeters and the width of the base is 60 centimeters. I personally don't go out in a field or somewhere remote with my telescope, so it doesn't have to fit in my car. However, if I would do that, then I can imagine that a small hatchback wouldn't be enough. You will need a bigger car to transport it. Now, in order to give you guys a better understanding of what the different objects in the night sky actually look like when viewed with this telescope, I've simulated the views using the software Stellarium. A link where you can download Stellarium for yourself is going to be in the description below. Please keep in mind that these are simulated views and not actual views of the night sky. Deep sky objects, for example, will look much dimmer to your eye than you are going to see in the next images. So this is only to give you a general idea about how the field of view will look like. This brings me to the conclusion. I think the 12-inch ProDob from Omegon is a great telescope. It offers the right combination between aperture and mobility so that I can use it as my main scope. It has a very good build quality and great optics. And I think that for $1,000 or euros, it's a fantastic choice. I really much enjoy using it and I can definitely recommend it. So that's been it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. If you have questions or feedback, please don't hesitate to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Alright, that's been it. See you next time.